Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are gonna go fix a little problem that we're having. So we'll run this down the hill. We for some reason have been running into a bit of an issue with I just been trying to take this one out on its first trip out to the iron mine, and it didn't work. Like, there's a corner, I don't know why, but it came apart and didn't work, and multiple attempts did not get it through there. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna run this thing down there and then fix a problem. I mean, part of the track needs to be rebuilt in there anyway, and so I think we're just gonna go ahead and have that be our project for today, rather than just running up to the iron mine, or coal mine, excuse me. We are leaving the iron mine currently. So we will be doing a short run and a little bit of track repair today. And or track rebuilding, however you want to look at it. There's a pretty good look at the line as it goes around goes down the mountain. And we will see if we can get that fixed. I'm pretty sure we should be able to work out a little gentler curve there. I do seem to remember the last time I brought this train out of the mountains having some problems with the one turn. The train broke in half there, so for some reason, well, we've run plenty of loads on it before, as of late something does not want to work properly out there for us, and it's a messy corner, so we'll just go take care of that today. And while we are at it, cruising down the hill, I wanted to say a big thank you to all the viewers who have been liking, commenting, new subscribers, and all that. As of late, it's been great. The participation from viewers and comments has been really cool. Get some great ideas and solutions to problems. Has been great. So just wanted to point out too that we do have the Discord link down there for anybody who, any kind of RailRoads online conversation and or help. You can post questions there. A lot of knowledgeable people play the game, and we can always try to find answers to things. Also, we do have a channel in there for people to share screenshots and stories of their own setups and or maps, whatever you'd like. Feel free. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to the viewers, because we have started really picking up some subs lately, and the comments and participation has just been great. It gives a nice feel to the channel to actually be able, it gives you something to think about when you're doing this stuff. So it's been pretty cool. Definitely appreciate all the viewers that we have. It's always nice to actually talk to different people about the game. Be amazed how just people look at it so differently, and the ideas that somebody else has that you never even considered is I find to be pretty amazing. Oh, we should have hit the horn and the cylinder cocks and all that stuff. Oh, we'll do that right. Well, we'll do it when we speed back up, coming up here, just to see how all that looks. kind of trying to blaze down the hill because I know this this track thing is gonna be a minute. Maybe fixing it. I haven't laid a ton of track lately. Not that, I mean, you know, whatever. I think once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. So, but we'll see how much, how great we do. I mean, we did do a little bit of track laying down there at the smelter recently when we added the unique offload process. I'll say that. So we're not totally lost. Hey, let me up. In, get, no, eat. Alright, let me drive the thing. We do have one more switch up here. Oh, you do see quite a bit more steam coming out of this one than the old Heisler. That's one thing I always said with the old Heisler is it kind of, when you turned on the cylinder cocks, it just kind of looked like it was broken all of a sudden. So it's good to see a little more steam jetting out of there. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I had said in a past video that I didn't want to double head any of the trains that had the cow catchers on them, because I had never seen that done before. I have now seen that done. A friend shared a video that's actually on YouTube. Strangely enough, it is the Eureka, so it's the Baldwin. What is that, a 440? But so it's the Eureka and Palisade, and then must be a sister train to it because they almost look the same. It's the Glenwood, I believe, was the other one. I wonder if we just got a bell that's never going to turn off. But it they were running it double-headed with the two of them, so definitely worth a look if you're into the trains. I'm sure you can just do a YouTube search of the Eureka Palisade and see the video. But it's definitely worth a look. Really impressive. I cannot believe how much it sounds. You hear that train actually running in the video. Hey, what's going on? Between the locomotive sounds and the whistle, it's really impressive that it how much it looks like the game. What's going on here? Stop it. Alright, so this is the problem corner, and I mean, you can see why. It's got a hitch before it gets there. It's slapped way too sharp, and then the janky whatever afterwards. So I'm not sure if we're going to just be able to smooth this one out with new rail, or if we're going to have to do new groundwork as well. Probably should do both, because that's pretty janky. Though we already know we can run up the whole, we could run straight up the river. If you guys haven't seen that, for those who haven't seen it, we made a video. It was sink or swim. At least that's the thumbnail for it. Where, see, when you look down here, you get into the water, you get down, and it's all actually like perfectly smooth. So you can lay rail right up it until you get into, there are a few spots where it gets tricky, or the water gets slightly too deep, and it won't let you grab the rail. So it's definitely a challenge laying the rail up the creek. If you've never done it, was definitely fun giving that a go. See how far you can make it up the creek and actually keep it functioning. Was a pretty fun challenge. See if we can just kind of smooth things out here. still gonna be, that's way too janky. I mean, I think this part of the turn is much better, but not quite sure that we are going to make our goal with current groundwork. This was pretty much where we ended a track. You know, this is where it came together. I'll say that because we had started down this way, and then when I laid it, I went up to the iron mine and started coming back this way. So this is right about where they came together, and that was at the end of a very long track building session. Now we're gonna have to take that back further. See if we can try that again. I always thought that was kind of the easiest way to lay track. It's just a trial and error system on the game. Sometimes you get it the way you want it, sometimes you don't. And never be afraid of peeling up the track and slapping it down again. Once you start doing that a bunch of times, then it becomes a much easier process, at least I thought. Alright, that should be quite a bit smoother. It's still a pretty sharp turn, and for absolutely no reason. Except I do remember coming down this valley at a certain point, I was just like, oh, I want it done. So I started laying bridge and groundwork and just trying to slap it in there as fast as I possibly could. So this is definitely going to be a point of interest as far as laying new track goes. I'll say that. This valley and the bypass around the smelter are going to be upcoming projects here. For sure. So let's see now how this gets us around. We'll just kind of ease around here and see if this will get it done. See, why is it bopping back there? There should be no boppy. Do not start bebopping around here. Oh, there's an incline difference there we notice as the train goes over. See, sometimes you just don't see. See, that's exactly where it was having a problem before. Y'all see that? It just drifted off the rails and then went back on the rails. So, okay, we might get it by it this time, but that's definitely not fixed. And the weird thing is it did it in the same exact spot. Huh. But it looks like we're going to be able to sneak it by it. And that's, you know, obviously our goal here. But so this is going to be a bigger priority. And running a new, we're going to run all new rail all the way down here. Because they just think we cross back and forth over the river too many times. And it's just, it's ugly in places. And I think it's time that we start making things prettier, I guess, on the rail. So that's going to be relaying this route and the bypass. I think we will try to get on the agenda for the week and come up with a plan finally for doing that. This stuff does not need to be as elevated as it is. This should be lower to the ground. We're going to actually get it down where it should be. It's not like we run on some big grade here, so we're just going to, I think, drop most of this stuff down. Work that out. Use the ground a little more than we have. I always justified it being up on these bridges because let's say that river likes to flood at some point, though we know how deep that river is, which is, you know, there's a couple of spots that are deep, but we know from the sink or swim video that it's not super deep in most places. Oh wow, look at, yeah, see, there's case in point. The flowers are growing right up through the river. Which, yeah, I don't know. Those flowers aren't very tall, so that gives you a little bit of idea how shallow the stream is if you haven't walked up that or laid track up that. I do think it was a really fun process trying to actually pull that off. So it's challenging in places. It won't let you pick up the track. You have to run it through the deep spots in like one piece of track, because you can. And then the other thing, you can only lay like splines so long. And excuse me, I don't mean each individual spline either. Like it, when I was running up there, it would only let you run so much at one time, and then you actually had to break it and start laying, start attaching to it again, because it wouldn't just let it go in one continuous. So if you're looking for a challenge, try laying your track up that creek with using no groundwork. The ground's nice and flat under the water, so you can lay it up it. But if you're looking for a self-imposed challenge, it's definitely a fun one to try to pull off and see how far up the creek you can go. Like I say, there is the video if you look for the sink or swim video if you haven't seen it. It's that was my attempt at it, and I know it was enough of a challenge that when I got up as far as I did, that was it. We got more track, but we're not able to. I messed up and laid the track too close to one of the banks in the deep portion of the water, and so it was just far too much to try to fix or keep going. So my attempt did not make it all the way up to the waterfall, but I'm sure it can be done. Alright, come on. We might go ahead and try to jump back to the other Heisler here. Grab some wood. Start warming this one up. Reverse, brakes off. We're just going to kick that one in 30%. And should start moving us along a little faster. This double header will really start to start going when you boost both engines. That's for sure. Uphill, flat ground, doesn't matter. It starts hauling. Especially uphill, it's absolutely amazing. You set this back when even 40-50%, and then it really just starts screaming uphill. It doesn't matter what it's pulling. This is a very stout locomotive set together. I can't say locomotive because it's not just one, but this set together really can handle some weight. Though I would like to alleviate that by running a bypass around the smelter, which I think will work. So at least now we fixed the one problem spot on the rail that we were having. It looks like, although still not smoothed out, so I think we'll try to just get this thing up here and then probably start a project of reworking the rail I think we'll just rework it from the base of the mountain. Probably won't mess with the stuff on the mountain much, but this stuff in here, like this groundwork switch, there's just ugly spots in here that I'm not happy with, and I'm sure we can improve upon. Alright, so... Oh, if we're gonna run... I guess at this point we might as well just run it all the way up there. For people who haven't seen the run up the mountain, I think we're getting close. This really is a longer run, for sure. This is the one, you know, I look forward to tunnels someday when we can go straight through these to the refinery on the other side. Though I wouldn't be shocked if by the time we get tunnels, we're looking at a different map maybe first, who knows. So we may never even be tunneling on this. There's our final destination up there in the coal mine. I do think it's really impressive how the coal mine looks down on this valley. I'm a big fan of this map, so I would almost like to see them, you know, just extend this map, but keep this as our core map. And just make it bigger or add on to it in some kind of way, you know. Maybe we can just all of a sudden, you know, oh no. Well, stopping that train is not going to do us any good. Uh-oh. Alright. Boom. I cannot believe, for the life of me, everything else stayed on the track. Can you believe that? Why did you do that? Just that one Heisler. I don't know. I'm sure it's too far away to re-rail it, so we're gonna have to bring these back. Definitely got some reworking of the rail to do. Of course, this corner is another one. I can't say I'm surprised. The very first run we ever made out of the iron mine bit the dust coming down the hill here, so I can't say that I'm surprised that it happened. We'll just kind of ease it down. I am absolutely floored somehow that Heisler went tumbling off the track and didn't take everything else with it. Not that I'm going to complain about it in the slightest sense of the word, but it does absolutely surprise me. So I guess this video is going to get a little longer than I had intended. What are you doing? Or the brake's the one you're looking for there. Alright, grab you. Re-rail. Grab you. Oh, sorry. I was sitting there shaking ever so slightly. This turn we just made too sharp. Uh-oh. That's not going to work. We don't want them both running backward. But see, that's because we laid it going downhill. I know that I mentioned that in a video before. That's another one I learned from a viewer, is that the trains will always point in the direction that you laid the track. So where we laid this one coming down this way, that's why when you go to re-rail it, it wants to go that way. And if you want to change that, you have to click and hold the left mouse button and then drag it up or down, you know, drag the locomotive up or down the track ever so slightly, and it will flip. And then you can drop it. For anybody that has issues with that, I know I used to. That used to absolutely be my nightmare, was when they would flip in the wrong direction. Because I have seen people, I never did it, but I have seen people that used to just ram them into switches trying to get them to flip. Which only works if you laid the switch, the track going into the switch in the opposite direction, because then when you run over it, it'll give you the appearance that you're flipping it, but that's not what's really happening. So once you actually know how that whole changing the direction of it works, it's really not such a bad process. Alright, what's up? We got the brakes on here or something? Sure do. No, no, no. I don't want a screaming start. I just want to ease around this corner and get everything up here now. And then we will definitely come in here and we will start from somewhere right in here. We will straighten out this curve. And the rest of this thing running up the valley is going to be our next priority, so that we can start running this as a high-speed express. This is too long a run to actually be fiddling around with. We need to just be able to slam the throttles and forget it. No matter what train we're running here. Empty, we don't really need two of them running anyway. One will handle it. The only reason we have the second Heisler in there is for when it's loaded going up that smelter hill. So that's why that bypass is going to be so important, because it really eliminates our need for the double-headed Heisler. Though I do really like the use of this train. And the amount of power you get. It's really cool when you're pulling a super, super heavy load and you kick in that other one and just watch it start ripping up the mountain. It's it's kind of impressive, I think. I do really like the look of that train. Just really impressive. I do have to admit, I like the colorful British trains, but I am also a big fan of just the blacked out American trains. And this one really fits that bill now. Though I do definitely look forward to the day when we get some British locomotives, and not just British locomotives, but locomotives from all around the world. I'm sure other people have them too, but there are definitely some really cool looking British locomotives out there. Uh-oh, we're running out of fire. Too many collisions. That should be enough to get us up the hill. I wonder if you still hear that generator spin on. Yeah, it wasn't the... Oh, looky, there's a difference between the Heisler now. Because the Heisler used to have the electric light you slung on the generator and it just went on. This one does not. So definitely no more little spool up when you hit the generator. Huh. I didn't even notice that. Not that we're big on light function in the game, right? I mean, we already know the light doesn't actually like project. So, well, it shows you that the light's on, the light's not actually functioning. Which, until we get day-night cycle, we don't have to worry about that. Though it's now on the roadmap for sure. We are going to get day-night cycle at some point. Really look forward to that. I mean, it's gonna be pretty cool seeing these things running at night. You're definitely gonna have to have your track put together properly, because I could just see, you know, you dump a train in the dark, you're finding the locomotives or the rolling stock and stuff with no lights, no anything else could be a bit of a challenge. So looking forward to all that. But you know, these things look, yeah, the trains are gonna look great at night. Whole different aspect to running the locomotives, I'm sure, in the dark. Do not undo not. This corner, there is just nothing we can do. I could try to smooth that out, but I did spend a fair amount of time getting that corner already to work the way that it works, because you can't go too steep, too sharp, too anything else. So that's just a take it slow corner, and it's always going to be just a take it slow kind of corner. But as you can see, the one locomotive will pull the whole thing, even toting along. It's, you know, these things, the locomotives themselves are not light, so when you're just turning one into rolling stock, it, you know, that's adding a fair amount of weight to the train for sure. These boxes just look so much bigger on the new Heisler. It's really kind of nice. It makes the Heisler a much bigger, even bigger, imposing kind of train. So that's don't, why? No, I can't believe that just happened. Oh, and not there. All right. Never had that problem before. I always run full out here. You have to. Well, So I guess you know, I don't know. It's got to be the locomotives acting a little different, because we're doing the same thing we've done all the time before. Not that I don't know that we're gonna even clean this one up on the video, just because at this point we're starting to get too long, and I don't know how this re-rail process might not be so fun right here. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and clean this one up. We'll call it a video, so don't drag it out too long, and we will get it up there and catch you on the next one. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.